Morning YouTube, and welcome to day 4 of our vacation. And it's a cloudy, little bit cool one. You can hear the wind.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
It actually sounds like fall. It sounds like fall here. Tomorrow is going to be about 10 degrees warmer, so it's not so bad that we're here at all. I mean, at home it's freezing, so I have no problem with these temperatures and the wind and all that stuff. I was a little concerned about the awning. You can see I've got it pitched down pretty darn low, and I've got those awning tie downs in there. And although this is sand, it's pretty substantial. I might give it another turn just to be sure. Heidi and I was debating on whether we should put the awning up, and I think we should be okay. There may be a little bit rain today. I'm not sure. If it's not going to rain, I might put the awning up. It's one of those things you got to be concerned about. You know, if should I stay or should I go? Her and I is going to head out to breakfast this morning. We checked a lot of the local restaurants here, and it's kind of funny because you can tell that they're touristy. I'm used to Myrtle Beach, which is also touristy, but there's always a couple of little breakfast places that just serve breakfast. Nothing special. They're just a diner, and there's like one of them. It's not like a chain. And here you would think is a one store or a one restaurant place. They always have like another one somewhere else, or they have a couple of more somewhere else. All right, so that's the first thing that I find it's kind of strange. You don't have, like I said, just mom and pop's diner. Even though one of them is named Pops, it has 3 of them. It's a chain. See what I mean? So we kind of like just finding a local restaurant, a regular local restaurant. The other thing is, I think that they have to have those chains in place because it's so expensive out here. I'm sure that real estate's pretty darn expensive, so they need to do whatever they can to keep all their bases covered. And the third thing, almost all these places serve alcohol in the morning. I don't know how many of these breakfasts I've seen, Bloody Marys, margaritas, or special alcoholic orange juice, screwdriver drinks kind of thing in the morning. I just find that kind of odd. The thing also that I noticed that I was really not hip on at all, I would just like to go in and get a good southern breakfast, or what I would consider a southern breakfast. Eggs, hash browns, sausage, toast, maybe pancakes, just that kind of a thing. And I don't see that here. I mean, they're all like crab brisk with poached eggs on croissants, or some crazy braise that's, orange glaze on pancakes with banana wedges and pineapple, and I'm not into any of that. I just want a normal breakfast. So I get it, it's a local thing, and I should experience the local stuff, but I'm not really into that. So we're probably just going to go to a Cracker Barrel. What a big surprise. Another chain, but it's going to definitely serve the kind of food that I want. Again, I understand to experience local, but I just don't feel it. I don't want to go in and pay $15 for a breakfast and pay Heidi $15 for a breakfast when I know for a lot less than that I can get a breakfast that fills me up, and that's all I really want right now. If I was to experiment with food, I don't want to do it at breakfast. I like doing it in the evening. I don't mind going into places in the evening and having a drink, and maybe having some sort of a special burger, or a specially made soup, or some kind of unique crab salad or something. But yeah, not in this case. So that's what we're gonna do. And yeah, I gotta worry about this wind. All right guys, so we're gonna go do the Cracker Barrel thing. Like I said, those restaurants were goofy that we looked up. It's about 7 miles from here. The park is pretty sparse. Heidi and I have said it a couple of times though, I can't imagine what this place is like on 4th of July. And the reason is because even all the locals have a tendency to flock towards the beach for the 4th of July. Just like in our case, we have in the past gone up for festivals and summer things, summer activities to Put-in Bay. You know, we wanted to get up to the big body of water, Lake Erie, as fast as possible. And I just can't imagine this place during the holiday season. It's just got to be packed wall to wall. It just looks like it. I've seen some pictures online, and it's just tent car, kids on bikes everywhere. But for now, this time of season, man, this is sweet. I mean, there's probably maybe 15 RVs here, you think? Yeah, about 15. Of course, there's a lot of spots here. It's just, I just can't imagine it. So we're gonna stop, dump off our trash, and we're going to head to Cracker Barrel. So we'll pick it up a little later if we decide to divert from Cracker Barrel coming back. I doubt it though. All right, guys, so we went and had breakfast at Cracker Barrel. What a surprise. It was very good, as always. Great service, not very busy at all. And then the whole time we've been here, all we hear is jets. You can hear jets at the campground all the time. Sounds like thunder. So we thought that we would find a place that we could park and maybe watch some jets, because we're near a military installation. So I'll put the address in the link down below, or link the address down below. So if you guys want to come here, let's show you what we're looking at. That was kind of cool. I apologize because I didn't bring a good camera. I mean, we have really good cameras that would do some good photos of this stuff and capture video, but it just so happened we grabbed the action cam and we went out for breakfast. We didn't even think about stopping here until we were at breakfast, and we're hearing these jets fly around. But it was really cool. It's like a shift change thing. So you see a couple of jets that pass by, kind of like lets the airport know, hey, we're coming in. Then 3 jets took off, and then shortly after that, those 2 jets that flew by, and then 2 more, they all landed. So they're on their, you know, they're doing their job. They're protecting our shoreline and whatever airspace that they're concerned with. So it was kind of cool to see that. That was cool. And there was an AWACS, the big AWACS plane flying around. That was kind of cool too. All right, so we're going to be heading back towards the campsite. Of course, that's what we're here to do, is the campsite, to camp. Heading back towards the campground. And this store here, if you guys don't want to buy groceries until you get here, it's a Food Lion, and it's really close. It's just up the street. I would think a mile. Yeah, it's a mile. So a mile up the road, you can buy all your groceries here. I don't know, as far as pricing's probably just like any other store. But the nice thing is it's close. So if you guys want to do your grocery shopping, I'm looking around, and you know, it doesn't look so busy that you couldn't get an RV in here. So I mean, if I had our RV, I could see pulling in here and having enough room to turn around and everything. Even a bigger RV. Yeah, there's plenty of room in here. So just give you a little tidbit that if you're going to go to First Landing State Park, you don't have to have groceries before you get real close. I know some of these places, like St. Augustine. When we were in St. Augustine, the state park there, Anastasia State Park, yeah. Oh, there wasn't, I didn't see no grocery shopping. It wasn't close. But this is definitely the opposite of that. Ooh, plus there's a hair salon. Maybe I'll get my hair done. The other thing too, if you find yourself not having enough speed, internet speed, to upload at the campground, which with our WeBoost RV booster and that linear antenna, we do have a decent speed. It takes about 2 hours for a 30-minute long video to post. Just drive up here. I mean, I don't have the booster connected on this, and I don't have it plugged in. You can see it's not lit up here. It'd be lit up blue if it was plugged in. So this is the signal that's available for T-Mobile just in the parking lot. Now the downloads, of course, don't make a difference for uploading videos, but that'll come second. And still the download speeds are crazy too. So this is just a mile up the road from the campground. With the booster, I can get that up to about 194, the booster that's in here. And downloads, or I'm sorry, uploads, I keep on saying downloads, uploads, that's good. I mean, that's going to get a video uploaded pretty darn quick. And again, with the booster, I can make that run about 52 for the upload. So not bad. And again, it's just a mile up the street. So all more reason to maybe come up here and do your shopping. And there's a Chinese restaurant here, so maybe you can start your video upload and then go enjoy yourself. There's probably not going to be construction here whenever you're here, though. Said you wanted to walk the trail. You said you wanted to walk the trail.
I have to pee, so I'm not running. What you did?
See Heidi going around the corner down there. She's driving the truck. Why is she driving the truck? She decided she wanted to do the laundry, even though we don't have that much, because she can't stand seeing a few dirty clothes in the RV. And I'm editing video and shooting a review. Matter of fact, I need to look at this real quick. So if you guys haven't seen the review on this, go check it out. It's kind of cool. It's a little power supply, and so far pretty impressive. That's a 1 amp motor running, and it's been going for an hour now, easily. But I want to take a break from the editing just for a second, because Heidi's trying to kill me. You want to see how she's trying to kill me? Let's go look inside real quick. Yeah, look at that. What is that? Those things are like 1,100 calories each. She gets me 3 of them because she don't like ice cream. Isn't that crazy? Just ignore the Yukon Jack. That's healthy. That has nothing to do with overindulgence. We got the that little furnace that runs, that Pelonis, and that thing works fine. I mean, that's all we need. We wanted to heat up the bathroom a little bit because we had the door closed accidentally. I mean, this RV is at 72 degrees. We don't even bother turning on the furnace and use any propane. Not in this temperature. Now this temperature is, I don't know, in the 40s today. When we get closer to 60 in here, forget it. There's no way that we can run that hardly at all. And at night, we just point it towards the living area. And it does a good job. We turn on a fan, that fan that's out there on that tester right now, or on that power supply. And we'll kind of point that in the bedroom to get air to circulate in there, because we like having air kind of blowing in the around our head and stuff like that. So it's more than obvious that a lot of people didn't understand the circumstances or what I was trying to do whenever I was not winterizing the RV. I don't know if I accidentally made a clickbait thumbnail or what, but yeah, I did not winterize the RV because in 2 days from the point in which we had freezing weather, we were going on this trip where we're not having freezing weather. And yes, I know how to winterize an RV. It's not like I've had this RV only 1 year. It's not like I haven't got a special fitting that I made, I didn't buy it, that hooks up to the pressurized city water hookup that I can hook my air compressor to and turn down the pressure and blow out all the lines. It's not like I haven't made a special wand that goes on the end of my air gun that allows me to blow all the water out of my hot water tank through the drain pipe, through the drain hole. I've got that stuff. I know how to winterize. I usually have this thing not only winterized, but also most likely covered up. We have a really nice cover. This is going to be the 3rd year that we've run that cover, and it does a really good job keeping the RV dry. I was trying to make it to where I could go just a few days before we went on this trip and see if I could get away with not winterizing the RV. Again, I understand how all that stuff works. I wanted to see what was the weak point. I wanted to see what I could get away with. So whenever that valve snapped off, I was trying to open it to see if water would come out. Turning the knob, it snapped it off. That's why I laughed about it. I figured, oh, now I know that's a weak point. That's something that I definitely have to keep an eye on whenever temperatures get low. And it was kind of a learning experience. The thing is there's a lot of people, like everybody that worked the sugar beet harvest this last year, they had a rough time, because something that normally took about a week to 10 days on average took about 3 to 4 weeks. Those people were up there for a month, and the reason that they were up there so long is because all that sugar beet harvest is determined on the weather. It can't be too windy, it can't be too rainy, it can't be too cold, it can't be too hot. Well, it was too cold. It was extremely cold for the season, and they couldn't harvest. Now, the bad part about that is all these RVers that were hoping for moderate temperatures were being stuck in freezing temperatures and snow, and their RVs were going through basically the same thing I put this one through. So I wanted to see what would happen if we were working the sugar beet harvest and I had the RV and we got stuck. I wanted to see what I'd get away with. Now, if I had a critical situation where I didn't want anything to freeze over, I know I would have blocked all that in with some sort of a foam. I would have put skirt probably around the RV to keep the tanks. I might put electric pads on the tank. I would at least put some sort of a furnace or a heater down there. I'd definitely get the heat tape and run it along the supply line and probably around the valves also. I mean, I know all that stuff. It's funny though how many people were like, doing this. What were you thinking? I was just trying it out. I mean, there was nothing lost. There was really nothing lost there. I mean, that breaking, big deal. Even if I had a line that was busted inside somewhere, not a big deal. I knew most likely it wasn't going to, though, because the inside of the RV was warm. I mean, everything inside the RV was warm. It was up well above freezing. It was 20 degrees above freezing in there. But on the outside, I was really trying to see what I could get away with. Plus, knowing that the sun would beat down on that side of that RV, I knew that it would thaw out quite a bit too. So that was my fault. I guess I didn't approach that video correctly, because I've never had so many people tell me what I was doing wrong. Like, I didn't know. I actually made comment to someone, if you guys have watched me long enough, I have a tendency, if anything, to overthink things. And number two, I don't make that many mistakes. I've made them. Nobody's perfect, but usually I'm pretty good. I just don't put my foot in it. I have a tendency to think stuff out a little bit, and in this case, I knew that something like that could potentially happen. What I was surprised is, as far as when that thing broke off, it just broke off from me trying to turn it. I didn't think that it would snap off the pipe, if I reached down there and just yanked it off, but I guess a little bit stronger in hand strength than I thought, because that thing just snapped right off. But it's all fixed, and not a big deal. Even if I would have busted it off further up inside the RV, again, not a big deal. I wasn't too concerned about that. But yeah, I was really concerned that everybody was like, "Oh man, what were you doing? What were you thinking? You should be winterizing. You live in Ohio. You should know better." Just go back and look last year. Go back and look at the year before. Go back and look at the year before. I winterized every year, and I even done videos on how to winterize and what do I do to winterize. Yeah, I blow out all the lines with the fitting that I made that hooks on the city water side. I put a conversion inside. I made it. Then I go buy one for a winterizing kit that goes on the tank, so I can draw in my antifreeze using the pump inside. And I made it to where when I pulled the drain out of the hot water tank to drain the hot water tank, which there's a bypass in the back, I turn the bypass on, drain the hot water tank, and then I have an air nozzle that's a wand that goes quite a bit inside the water tank, so I can blow out all the water that may be sitting in there. And then I leave it open all winter long, so I don't have any issues with the chance of that building up and having stale water in it or anything like that. So I just wanted to clarify that. All right, I got to finish up this review, get back inside and edit video so you guys can see these videos in a timely manner. So Heidi just got back from the laundromat.
How delightful.
Yeah, she went out and did her little thing. I was still doing that video on that Rock Pals portable generator, basically a battery bank. And yeah, she went to the one that's here.
The camp store and the laundry is closed for renovations.
Right, which is not a bad thing.
No.
It is off season. At least they waited till off season to do it. But she
Less than 2 miles away isn't, well, there's probably multiple laundromats locally. But this one was like 1.8 miles or whatever away. And it's pretty much easy to get to. And it wasn't very busy.
That's good.
Other than it was very dated. But it got
the job done.
Yeah, got the job done.
So I'm just sitting in here editing video. What a big surprise. This is day 3 that we're editing. I don't know what day we're on here, though.
4.
We're on day 4, so I'm getting caught up. But, yep, Heidi's going to make some spaghetti later. That's going to be good. Just thought we'd check in. It's kind of a cool day. It's not a rainy day, but it's definitely a cool day. Windy. Definitely a fall day. This feels like a Ohio fall.
Yeah, it sure does.
It's not real hot and it's not real cold, but it's pretty cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is.
Probably 42. I'm going to tell you that there is no way that we can express what a joy it is in this little short RV that's now been renovated that we have our own seats. And you can see how cluttered the table is, but it wouldn't take nothing for us just to move a couple of things and have a place to sit and eat. Again, in this little tiny short RV. I think
definitely works out for us.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen that, if you guys just joined on with us and you haven't seen our renovation of this RV, I don't even think it's a renovation. What do you think you call it? A redo. It's just a sprucing up of the RV. I'll put a link up above here. You can click the link and go take a look at it. But we had such a small table here, and the only thing that we had that was worth anything was the couch that I'm sitting on, and it was just a little skinny table, and there was a cabinet in the corner, and we did all this. We added all this. There was some measuring and figuring out, and we kind of budgeted it. But yeah, boy, this makes it so much nicer. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to have one that,
might be a little longer, under 30 foot or right at 30 foot, but a little longer, that had some recliners. I could see us enjoying some recliners, but yeah, it's really nice. So we're going to sit here, relax in our nice seating that we have, and we'll pick this up a little bit later. Probably, honestly, though, it might be to close out, because this is definitely a kind of a just hang around the camper day. It's just not real pleasant. The rain that's coming tomorrow might make it another day just like it. If not, we'll find something to do. All right, so I found another great reason to have a camera on the back of your vehicle other than backing up to your RV. And that is late night or even during the day, but especially tonight, being able to watch your gray tank and make sure that it goes over the bumps okay. Because there are some speed bumps and stuff in here that you got to watch. And I've never thought of it. I never think of it till just now. So reason number 3, I guess, to have a camera on the back of your truck. Like we thought, we didn't do much. We did I get up from this chair at all? Oh yeah, we went outside and I dumped the gray tank. We put it in the tote and we hauled it up to the dump station because it's going to be raining tomorrow and I didn't want to do it in the rain. So Heidi's getting ready to climb into bed. I've got a little bit more editing to do. I've just posted up a video or a couple of videos, and oh man, I'm tired.
Is it 11:30?
Nah, I doubt that's right.
Why don't you fix that?
Yeah, the time on the screen's wrong. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later, and
as always, hope to see you out here.
bye.
Bye.